Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on newborn essentials that I used and I liked and I thought that were like useful for me in my everyday life, and I'm also going to show you things that I necessarily really didn't use on a day-to-day basis, or products that I've bought and really just didn't see the need for and I really didn't like it. So let's get into the video. And these now, I really like the ones that zip up and down, just because night feedings, it definitely makes it a lot easier when you're having to change the diaper in the middle of the night. The ones that have buttons are a little bit better for when they get a little bit older, but I like these better than the buttons. Now the ones you get at Target are my favorite. Those ones zip up from the bottom up, or the top down, I should say, the top down. So in the middle of the night, you can just zip it up from the bottom where the feet are, and they're not going to be cold when you go to change the diaper. These ones, you have to zip them all the way down and open them. But the Target ones, you zip up from the top down, and then you go to open them up this way. It's plain onesies. It could be white. It could be any kind of color. Don't worry about outfits, two-piece outfits. I put them on her a couple times, but to be honest, like when you're here all day, every day, it's just easier to put on just basic onesies like this. It's the end of May and we were going straight into the summer, so I didn't really have to put on like a lot of pants or socks on her, just because it got really hot. So onesies are a definite must. Next thing is coconut oil. You're asking coconut oil, why? The reason why I say coconut oil, this is Kokari, up on diaper creams, and a lot of them have like just things I didn't like, and they have it's like that white pasty stuff. I think I might have one here. Like this Destin one is a white, this one's like a white paste. You put it on and it's actually really hard to get off. With her personally, she really didn't get diaper rash that often, and when she did, I just used coconut oil and it literally went away in like a few hours. So coconut oil, if you want to invest in it, it's perfect for everything, literally. Nipple cream. So if you're going to breastfeed, nipple cream is definitely a must. I personally like this Mother Love nipple cream. It's USDA certified organic, and it worked wonders for me. Nursing pads. I like these better than the Medela ones. I felt like the Lancino ones, I'll open one up for you guys. The Lancino ones for me, I felt like gave a lot more coverage and they absorbed a lot more. But if you just look, they're a lot rounder than, here, open up the Medela, than the Medela ones, just me personally. So I just like the more roundedness, and so you really couldn't like Medela one, and I liked it, but I just didn't like the shape of it, and it kind of fit weird when you put it in your bra. But I liked the Lancino one just because it was round, and it, to me, it felt like it had a lot more, it held a lot more like milk when you leaked. And then each of them, of course, have these sticky pads. You kind of just pull them off. I'll show you. Pull them off. You literally stick it right there, and it sticks straight to your nursing bra, nursing tank top, dress, whatever you're wearing. So these definitely must. I mean, personal preference, I like the Lancino. Really didn't like the Medela. Okay, let's get into this first. If you're gonna swaddle, muslin ones are perfect. I have so many I can't even tell you, but they're good for. They're not just good for swaddling. They're good for tummy time, burp cloths. When they eat any kind of spit up, it's really good for just to have these. If you can, just take some from your local hospital. You know, I took a bunch from my hospital, but don't tell nobody. These are perfect, to be honest. And then just normal swaddles as well. My daughter liked to be swaddled for maybe the first month and a half, 2 months, but from the very beginning, she never really liked to have her hands completely tucked into the swaddle. So she was already out of like that 2-month newborn swaddle stage from the get-go, so we kind of had to figure something out. And I was watching someone else's YouTube video, I can't remember who I was watching, but I found these sleep sacks. Now you have the Halo sack, you have a bunch of other ones. Me personally, I liked this one just because it has it looks like a little angel, to be honest. So to me, she looks like a little seal since it's gray, but you put their arms, it's called Swaddle Up. Love to, what does it say? Love to Dream Swaddle Up Original. So what it is you unzip it here, you put them in, their arms go in here, and then their feet go below here. The good thing about these ones is they have 2 zippers right here. So you can zip it up, down, so when they're in there, and the good thing is at night, like I said with the onesies, you can zip it up and then take their legs out here so they're not going to get cold and their arms still stay secure. I absolutely loved this sleep sack. She loved it. It was perfect. It was a part of our nightly routine, and she knew exactly when she put the sleeper on, it was time to go to bed. We would put this on 3 newborn. It goes up to 12. So this one says small. This one was a small, and it goes from 7 to 13 pounds. So this is the one, like the 0 to 3, 3 to 4, or 0 to 4, whichever size your baby is. And then now she's in this one. So if your baby's a little bit bigger, so she was smaller. So say if you have a bigger baby when you're born and they don't fit into that one right off the bat, or they're only in it for like a month or 2, you can go up to this one. And the good thing is I took one of the sleeves off, but you can put both of them on. So when they get older, you can unzip the sleeves and they can have one of their arms out, and you can have one of their arms in, just a kind of like a transitional. So they have, say if you're wanting to get them off the pacifier, they can use your hand to self-soothe themselves, and it pretty much does the exact same thing as the first one. It zips up the bottom, and you can zip it up from the top as well. I think too, the zipper right here is covered, so you're not gonna zip up their lip or anything. Once you zip it up, you fold this little tab over, and it's completely covered. It's gross right now because she just likes to chew on it, but these are an absolute must. I love these swaddles. Good to have one of these. You can use whatever you got. They have diaper caddies at the store. I found this one at Hobby Lobby, and I absolutely loved it. So it's this little woven basket with these pom-poms on it, and I'll show you what's on the inside. This is the inside of it. So what I have in here, I have first aid kit just in case. I have a teether. I have diapers. I put my nipple cream in here. I have my coconut oil, a brush when we go to do our baths at night. I have pacifiers. I have lotion, hand sanitizer. I have a nail filing kit in here, and I'll get to this one in a minute. And then I have her nail clippers as well. So definitely good to have one of these, and especially if you're gonna have one, it's always good to have a backup one of these in your car. I don't have a full one. I just have extra diapers in the car, just because you never know. I've been out a couple times and I've only had like 1 diaper, and I've had to like run to the store and buy a couple diapers. So what I've done is I've put a pack of diapers in my trunk of my car just in case, and it's been perfect for road trips, just because I mean, it's just good. It's just perfect just to have them in general, because you just never know when you'll need diapers, and if you can't stop anywhere, you have them right there for you. Can't tell you how many times she's spit up on her sheets, she's peed through her sleeper, bunch of different things. So this was the original sheet that she has. I have I have like 4 or 5 sheets just in case, because you will go through these a lot. Now, just turned a month and a half, and we had to transition her from the bassinet to her crib fairly quickly, just because the bassinet that we have, or the cradle that we have, was my mom's, and it's a little bit older and it rocks. It was perfect because it would put her to sleep, but she was a roller from the beginning, so when she rolled, the bassinet would tilt and her arm would get stuck in the bars. And also too, she was a very, very noisy sleeper, so that was another thing. So me and Greg couldn't get any sleep in the middle of the night. Every time she'd make a little peep, we'd like wake up, and we would just be tired constantly. So we had to transition her to her crib fairly early. So but even if you don't put them in the crib that early, it's still good to have bassinet sheets as well. I think I have 2 bassinet sheets. So when she was in there, we had multiples to change as well. So sheets are definitely a must. Burp cloths. So burp cloths are really good. I have a bunch of them, but to be honest, I use my swaddle blankets all the time, literally. I have so many. I bought some. I got a bunch for gifts at my baby shower. But yeah, if you want burp cloths, you want cute ones, I have a couple cute ones, that's fine. I do use burp cloths at night, just because I could just tuck them in right by her neck really quickly and just wipe her face. So I do use them at night, but on a day-to-day basis, when she was younger, I would just use swaddle blankets, to be honest. But burp cloths work just as great. Even say if you're doing cloth diapering, or if you're not doing cloth diapering, I've heard you can use the cloth diaper inserts, like the trifolds, as burp cloths as well, just because they soak up a lot of like spit up and milk and stuff like that. So if you're gonna not use disposable diapers and you're gonna do cloth diapers, that's a perfect way to use them as burp cloths as well. A little mom hack I found out. I found out that she did like was high contrast books. So when she was really little, I would read to her these little high contrast books. So this one says My Bedtime, My First Toys, and My First Clothes. These are by Autumn, and I found these at Half Price Books. High contrast, so they have the white with the high color, and they have the white with the high color or shine. Just because when they're in that newborn stage, they don't see color fully. So they see like a lot of shadows and a lot of grays, and so things like this really kind of catch their eye. And I would kind of sit in the sun or close to some natural light, and these would kind of shine off of her face, and she would just kind of sit there in awe pretty much, and just, you know, look at all the pictures. And, you know, it says, and also too, it's a really good motor skill to have, and they see the words, they see the letters, they see everything. So there's different toys there. I believe there's a mat by Skip Hop that's a high contrast. You don't have to buy it. I don't have one, but if you're wanting to do high contrast things, these are perfect. I love these books. The product I'm going to show you guys is the Boppy. Now, I love the Boppy. I used it while I was breastfeeding. I just wish I would have had the one that wrapped completely around and had the back support, but I just didn't use it for breastfeeding. I used it for tummy time. I used it just for her to like lounge in, like if we were in the room and I needed a proper up really quick. I bought this one at Babies R Us. In the cover, I think I got at Babies R Us too. Believe it or not, they have Boppies at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So if you don't want to do the full splurge of like 30, 40, 50, I can't remember how much it is for like the separate and by itself, look at your local TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They always have them already together, and they're priced fairly well. So if you are on a budget like I am most of the time, and I love, even though I'm not, we started off with the Soothies, and then we had the MAM pacifiers. Now the difference between this one and the MAM, this one is straight like natural round across. The MAM is more like rounded at the top of the pacifier. But if you're gonna do pacifiers, no matter which kind you do, you can do silicone, you can do those rubber ones, really doesn't matter. But have a bunch of these. I had one in her car seat, in my diaper bag. I had one in this little caddy. I had one in her room. I have them everywhere. So if you're gonna get pacifiers and you're gonna use pacifiers, just have a ton of them on hand, because you will lose them. And also too, you need to throw them away after a couple months, just because they get gross, they'll start to degrade, the hole will kind of get nasty. So it's always good to have a bunch of pacifiers on hand. This kit that comes with like nail clippers, nail file, whatever. These clippers, I don't mind them. They're really good. I use them now. But to be honest, when they're newborns, my daughter in particular had very soft nails. So all I really had to do was just like lift up a piece of her nail and kind of just like pull it across, and it was fine. When they started to get a little bit harder, I found this battery operated nail file, and it works okay. I probably pieces right here, so it has like a buffer, a file, like all these kind of stuff. But you literally put it in the top. So you literally just put it on the top like that, turn it on, and it rotates, and you kind of just like comes with a little light right at the top right here. I liked it, and I did it just because like when they're newborns, it's really hard. I would just say leave their nails alone unless they're really long, or I've always heard the Nail Frida one is really good just because it has like a guard, so you don't like pinch their skin or anything like that. But I liked this one. It was good. I bought it off Amazon for like $7. It was like the cheapest one I saw. Yes. Well, you could still use this if you're gonna breastfeed or pump and then bottle feed. I love this thing. It's called the Boon. It separates into two, so you definitely have to wash these because water gets trapped in this little tray. So you definitely have to wash it really good. I think you can put it in the dishwasher. I can't remember, but you just kind of sit it in there like this, and you put the bottles up on top upright, and they dry. It's perfect. This is the Boon Grass, and they have the Boon Lawn, which is a little bit bigger. I have two of the smaller ones, and I kind of just like push them right together, and it comes with a little stand, or you can buy the stand. It's called like a tree or a stem or something, but it's like a little stem. It sticks up, and you can put like your nipples on there. They kind of just dry, but this is a definite must if you're going to be bottle feeding for sure. This one in my Diaper Caddy, because you never know. Every time she poops, she peed, whatever, I would always put hand sanitizer. So this is a definite must when they're newborns. This changing mat. I know it looks kind of gross. We've washed it. Trust me, it just kind of stains. But I got this changing mat, just like an easy one, in a diaper bag. I use this one in the living room. Just because at the time when she wasn't, but it's always good to have just in case. Like if you're around the house and you're downstairs, or if you're on the first level like me, like I literally changed her on the sofa. I constantly changed her on the floor, in the carpet, on the bed. This was perfect. Kind of good just to have on hand. I have this one. And then another one to have in one for her diaper bag. This, I can't tell you, has saved me so many times. I love it because, not saying that the changing tables, well, I am saying, so the changing tables in a lot of bathrooms are filthy and they're disgusting, and a lot of them don't ever have the liners you can just pull off and lay down onto the changing table. So this is awesome. So this is from Skip Hop. I love this product just because it has a pocket here which you can put anything in it, really. You can put diapers, you can put anything. It has this clip right here. It has a handle, so you can kind of just carry it in your hand while you're holding your baby at the same time. It has this strap right here, which you can strap it to your stroller if you'd like to. And it has this clip, so you open it. And in the first pocket here is this mesh, and I put her wipes in here. Then there's a Velcro piece here, and there's a zipper right here. So what I put in here is I have her Aquaphor. So I'll have this in here, and I'll put a diaper or two in this zipper one. It's good because it zips, because nothing will fall out in your while you're changing them. And then it's kind of big, so this, I'll fold this over, and then it has this whole changing pad. So you unvelcro this part, and this is the flaps on the side. So the good thing is it's not just a straight across one, it opens to the sides. So like when they're older and they want to touch stuff, they're not touching like the sides, their arms will touch this, which is perfect. But it's so big. I'm gonna put it in front of her face. This thing is literally huge. And it covers the whole changing table in the bathrooms, which I love. I love this thing so much. So if you can find one of these, or if you're gifted one of these, put this on your registry for sure. I love it. I literally take this thing everywhere, and it's so compactable. You just fold it back up like this. You can easily do this while you're holding them. It's not hard. You can literally do it with one hand, and it's perfect. Found this one at Marshall's for like $16. They sell these at Target. They had them at Babies R Us. You can get them anywhere. They're a little more expensive, but like I said, be frugal. I find a lot of this like name brand stuff at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, all the time. So like this I found it there. This came with a diaper bag that was $20, and it was originally like $50 or $60. So you can buy name brand at a discounted price. So always check your local TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, even if you guys have a Ross near you. Target too, sometimes discounted if you have a coupon or if there's a cartwheel. Changing pad liners. So these are by the brand Munchkin. They're waterproof. So there's cloth on one side and it has this like plasticky like waterproof material on the other side. So say if they pee, if they poop on something, it's not going to get directly onto the changing pad. It'll go onto this first, and then it's easy. You kind of just fold it up, clean it, and you just put these in the washing machine, dry them, no problem. And they've gone through a couple washes too, and they've done really well. So they come in a pack of 3, I believe. I think I got these at Target. I'll link these below as well. And I know I showed you guys the small changing pad we have for the living room, but we have this one. It's not necessarily a changing pad. I'll show you. It's actually a bassinet pad, like a mattress. When my mom was visiting, we needed a bassinet mattress, but the one that we bought, this one at Babies R Us, it was actually too small. So what I did was, it fits perfect on her dresser. So what I did was I just took one of these receiving blankets, I kind of just like tucked it around, and then I put one of those Munchkin waterproof liners. I showed this to you guys already, but it works really good. All I do is if it gets wet or dirty or whatever, I just take this off, wash it, wash this, and the good thing is this still has the plastic underneath, so I won't have to worry about it. It's not going to get dirty, but it's perfect. I mean, if you guys want to go and get the ones that have the straps, by all means. She's not on here long enough to really need those. So this one at Target, it was only like $3 or $5 in the little dollar section. It came in handy. I can't even tell you how much it came in handy. Whenever she had a blowout, or she pooped, she peed, I would put her clothes directly into this bag and straight into my diaper bag, just because it just didn't get everywhere, and I didn't want to think about having to bring a plastic bag everywhere. The good thing is I can just take this out, wash it, put it right back in her bag, and it's done. Hooded blankets, like towels. Hooded towels for bath time is a must, just because you put their little head in here and you wrap their arms in it so they're nice and comfy. Keeps them warm right after the bath. I have a bunch of these and they are a definite must for a newborn for sure. This car seat cover. It's by Itsy Ritsy. It's this really cute, just black and white striped. Love it. It stretches so much. The one reason why I got this one was because it stretched completely over the car seat. It hid her from the world, hid her from strangers, so strangers weren't trying to touch her little feet or anything like that. The good thing is it has a 3 use. So you can use it as a car seat cover. You can use it as a scarf like this. You can use this as a like a nursing cover. So you kind of just put it over your body like that, hold them like that, and just nurse them. So there is that. This is our sound machine that we bought. It has white noise, rain, lullaby, ocean, and clock. You have the power button here. You have the volume button here. These buttons are to skip songs, I believe. You have your timers here, your light, sound card, like an SD card. You put it right in the back here. So say if there's a sound or if there's certain music you want to play your baby, you can do that as well. It's really convenient. So I'm gonna turn it on for you guys. So that's the rain, white noise, rain, lullaby, ocean, and clock. We use ocean for her naps and rain for when she sleeps. And then you can do, let me turn that down. And then these, you can do timer 30 minutes, 60, or 90. And then you have a light. So in the middle of the night, you just turn that on, and it actually gives off a pretty good amount of light. And then when we're done feeding her, we'll just turn it off. The good thing about this one also is you can unplug this and it still goes. So it's a rechargeable sound machine, which I love, because we've taken this on a couple trips with us, and of course we've taken the charger as well, but we've used it all night and it never died. So it's really good. So say if like you forget it. Machine we bought off of Amazon. I'll link that in the description box below. You can find one like that. That's great, especially one that is a rechargeable one. Now I found this at this boutique here in San Antonio. It's called Nursery Couture. I will link their website below. This is a car seat handle cushion. Velcro's right here. You put this around the handle of the car seat, and so when you go to carry the car seat, it kind of sits right into your arm like that, so it's not like, it doesn't hurt. I love this. Definitely a must-have, like if you have a baby wraps. Now I love this one in particular. This one is by Tuck and Bundle. You can see that. They're a San Antonio based brand. Miranda is the CEO and founder of the company. These are very lightweight baby wrap. The good thing about these ones is when you hold your baby on throughout the day, they're not going to sag. The fabric isn't going to stretch. You're not going to get hot. It was meant to breathe fairly nicely in the Texas heat. The good thing about the wraps, it comes in this little pouch like this. Here, I'll show you this one. I haven't opened. I just got it yesterday. So it comes in this little pouch like this. Once you wrap it in, you can stick this directly into your diaper bag. It is not bulky whatsoever, but it comes with a warning label right here. It comes with the care instructions all along the side. And when you open it, of course, it turns into this really long piece of fabric. And it's like, it has enough stretch to where it's not gonna like be overly stretchy and then like wear over time. Products I have are they're more of splurge items, and one was a find. This, if you guys don't know what this is a infant scale. Usually this price point of this particular Healthometer Professional infant scale, it retails between anywhere from $400 to $500 a pop. I found this at Goodwill for $14. When I tell you, I was so shook to the core. I mean, like how much weight they're gaining. Definitely splurge on one if you want it. What we would do is we would weigh her periodically throughout each week to kind of figure out if she's actually gaining weight while I was breastfeeding. It was definitely helpful because it eases your mind a lot when you're breastfeeding, because you don't know if they're intaking enough. So it's good to have a scale. I know Hatch Baby has one where it links to your phone and it tracks their weight, everything like that. If you can find a scale, or if you want one, if you live near a medical center or a Goodwill, check one out. I live in Goodwill. Like I said, I'm a very frugal shopper. I love to find discounts on things. I don't ever like to pay full price if I don't have to. Sometimes I will, just because you need to pay full price for certain things. So if you can get away with not paying full price for something, that's perfect. I would definitely splurge for this for sure, but I would recommend it wholeheartedly if you're a breastfeeding mom, or if you're just curious or worried. I'll show you for my newborn must-haves is this Snuggle Me. So if you've never heard of a Snuggle Me, it's similar to what a DockATot would be. So if you've heard of a DockATot, what it is, it's a baby lounger. So it's this huge rounded pillow across, and it has this like padding on the bottom of it. Now with Snuggle Me, all it has is the cushion along the edges, and it's completely flat right in the center. I've never bought in a DockATot, so I can't really necessarily tell you guys whether I like it or not. The only thing is I just didn't like the price point of it. And plus also two styles. There's the deluxe and there's a grand. So the deluxe is for infant to maybe 3, 4, 5 months, I'm not really sure. And then the deluxe, or the grand, is for bigger babies, for longer babies when they get a little bit older. I just don't see the point of buying two separate ones. I wish, I think you just should just buy one, and then, we use this a lot when she was a newborn to nap and to lounge in while we were just hanging out. I like it because it has these cushions on the side, so when you lay in it, it kind of like hugs them like if they're in the womb, and it really swaddles them really closely. I love this thing. It comes with the cover, and you can take the cover off, and this is what the inside looks like. So it's the Snuggle Me Organic. It's all new materials made with organic cotton fabrics and filled with virgin polyester fiber, and it's made here in the US. So I will link this one below. I I think this one retailed for like 130. I can't remember, but I used a discount code and it came out to be 111, I believe. I used Mallory Irvin's discount code for this one. So if there is a discount code, definitely use it. Another thing that I'm going to show you, it's not a product, it is a app that you can use, that you can download onto your computer. Honey. So what it is a discount code link. So you download it and it's a little handle up above in your search bar. So say if you're on a website, like say if you're on a baby website or if you're on a clothing website or anything, you're searching for a product and you go to checkout, even before you check out, it'll notify you if there's any discount codes. So it'll drop down and sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 16, there's different ones. So, and it's for 25% off, 10% off, free shipping, whatever the case may be. I love that app. It's a must. If you're an online shopper like I am most of the time, it is perfect because it finds you the best deal possible without having to search for anything yourself. So definitely, it's called Honey. I will try to link that app below, or I will just type it out for you guys. But so that is it for the things that I loved as my newborn essentials. Now I'm going to show you guys what things I didn't like. Some of these things were gifted to me. Some of these things I bought personally. There's not many because I loved all the stuff that I used and I bought over the first 3 months. So I'm going to show you guys what those ones are. It's by Itsy Ritzy. I got this at Target. It is called Milk Boss Infant Feeding Support. Now, Greg saw this in the store and he's like, oh, let's try this. I'm like, okay. So I thought I'd like it, but what you do is you put it on your arm and you sit it on top of your leg and you pretty much just feed them like this. I used it a couple times. I just couldn't get the feel for it. I couldn't get comfortable enough for it. And then Greg used it a couple times and he just didn't like it. For me personally, I just don't like it. For men too, if they don't want to use the Boppy, but we just didn't like this one. Is the Boppy Comfort Fit baby carrier. Now I got this from my coworkers before I left work. I thought I'd like it because it's really stretchy and it has this like yoga pant material. I put it on and then I put her in it and I just felt like she was suffocating in it. It was so tight to my body. It was very bulky. It was heavy. I just didn't like it. Putting this thing back in its pouch is a nightmare. This thing is huge. So when it says like stash and go pouch, like you literally have to work at putting it back in this thing. It's insane. Like with a tuck and bundle, you can easily just like wrap it up, throw it in, and it's fine. With this thing, you have to like sit there and meticulously like fold it and find the straps and buckle in it. It's just a pain in. I'm glad I didn't buy this Bloom. Now, so cute, loved it. My mother-in-law got it for me, but we just really didn't use it. We put it on our baby registry. We're like, oh my god, it's so cute, it's a flower, but no. Since our sink is huge, you kind of put them in like this, and they sit in it. To be honest, it fell over. This thing was really heavy. Once it got wet, you had to dry it like this, and then when you put it in the shower, it like knocked around into your dryer. It just wasn't worth it for me. It's super cute. It's a very cute concept, but we just didn't like it. If you guys like it, that's perfect. It was just too much. It got wet, it was heavy, and you always had to dry it after you washed it. And if she pooped in it once, and if you get it stained, it does not come out. It takes forever to come out. So this was a no for me. Alright guys, I think that is it for my newborn essentials video. Things that I liked, things that I didn't like. I'm hoping I covered everything, and I'm hoping this helps you guys. If you guys are a new mom or you guys are expecting, these are the things that I loved and that worked for me, and I hope that they work for you if you guys end up purchasing these products. So see you guys next time. Bye. I know you made me nervous.